overall, there's a lot of loss of exclusivity opportunities coming up for payers and PBMs in the next 3 to 5 years. So, there's all kinds of new approvals coming, and I'll mention a few, but there's also some opportunity for savings with big drugs losing exclusivity, both on the traditional side and the biologic side. So in 2025, this year, potentially Entresto, $5 billion drug, Stelara, Prolia, so big drugs there, about 29 billion in 25. In 26, over 20 billion again with Xolair, Januvia, Ilaris, Orencia, so big drugs there. 2027, 47 billion, so even more opportunity. 27 with Trulicity, Entyvio, Xarelto, big drugs there. And then lastly, I'll say in 28, 29, we go over 50 billion in opportunity of loss of exclusivity with Eliquis at 24 billion, Keytruda, Opdivo. So when you get to 28 and 29, the numbers even get bigger. So although there are a lot of approvals with drug costs being added, there is some light in the tunnel there for some savings.
The market is continuing to grow. It's a $100 billion category. GLP-1s are used for diabetes, and some of them are used for weight loss. Weight loss category is about $20 billion by its own. We noticed that women are far more likely to use a weight loss drug than men. There's a slight difference in the diabetes side than there is in the weight loss side. We're also starting to see possibly some of these GLP-1s used for type 1 diabetes. So, and there's 170 in the pipeline. Now, the challenge is that they're expensive drugs, and third party pays for them in some cases, but Medicaid doesn't cover them a lot, and Medicare doesn't cover them a lot, and maybe that will change in the future. But that's a big constraint right now. We'll just see how that plays out.
Yes, there's a whole pipeline of products coming, many, many drugs. In fact, you're hearing every day about big manufacturers gobbling up smaller manufacturers with pipeline weight loss drugs. But in the immediate near future, 2026, 2027, it's really going to primarily be a broken record with Novo and Lilly. Novo has a drug called CagriSema, dual ingredient product, both a GLP-1 and amylin analog, weekly injectable, potentially approvable in 2027. Recently had some efficacy data released that was good but not great, but we can look for CagriSema and say 2027. That's Novo. The next two drugs I'll hit will be Eli Lilly. Retatrutide is a triple G. So we talked about tirzepatide. Tirzepatide has two MOAs, two mechanisms of action. Retatrutide has three: GIP, GLP-1, and glucagon. Also weekly injectable, potentially approvable also in 2027. So probably nothing big new approval molecule here in 25 or 26. We're probably talking 27. And I guess I will say that the other Lilly drug I'm going to mention, orforglipron, is an oral product. So for the most part, the products we've all been talking about are weekly injectables. This orforglipron from Eli Lilly is an oral, potentially approvable in late 26 or 27. And then I will mention one other molecule, non-Lilly, non-Novo, survodutide from Boehringer, an injectable product similar to tirzepatide and Wegovy, and weekly injectable, approvable probably in that late 26, 27 timeframe as well.
Well, the biosimilars, when you look at oncology, have done extremely well. When you look at eye, they've done extremely well. But mixed bag until recently on the pharmaceutical benefit side, particularly Humira. It wasn't until a private label biosimilar came along that you started to see how that started to change the Humira business, and the biosimilar took off. Now, there's about 128 biosimilars, biological products that are going to be expiring in the next 10 years, but only 12 are actively being pursued right now. So the challenge is that will biosimilars play the same role as generics did of saving healthcare costs to offset innovation? And question, I don't know, because there's plenty of opportunity, but everybody seems to be going after oncology, immunology, and eye.